Today I'm going to tell you the time where I basically got scammed in a job interview. If you guys are new to my channel, I have recently moved to LA about 6 months ago, and I've been trying to get a job just so I can spend more spare time on something that would actually impact my life. So I've been really keen about job interviews, postings around school and whatnot, and when I started this attitude, the first post I saw was this post. It was in my school, and because it was on my school and it was verified, I thought that it was a very trustable place to call in for my first job interview. And the banner is super attractive because it states like how much money you're gonna earn, which is like $2,000, which is a lot for a part-time job. Immediately the afternoon of that, I called. They put me onto voicemail. It was a lady on the voice recorder saying that just leave your number and name and we'll call you back. I was really proud of myself that I took a step further and I'm actually gonna apply for a part-time job. A couple days later, a guy called back. He was introducing himself, very professional, but in the background I can hear some noises, and he asked me, "Why did you call?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I was interested in the job interview." Super professional, super like motivated, and I was so excited deep inside. There was a lady we were supposed to talk to, and he was saying how the lady just stepped out of the office, but he could tell me the information. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He might be the assistant or whatnot. He told me his name, and he was like, before I can get into the interview details, I would need details on you. So he asked me about what major I was taking, where I saw the poster, and what interested me the most. And I talked about how I'm into marketing, and so I was good with advertising, which was a good aspect that they wanted. He was going to go and tell me the interview details, but I was like, sorry, but can I know what company I'm going to be working for if I'm going to interview for you guys? And he was telling me Fusion One. So immediately I was on my laptop and I googled Fusion One, and the first thing that popped up is a marketing company, which is what they say they were. So I assumed the website's legit and the company is legit, so I was like, okay, sure. And then he tells me, but you need to go to Irvine for this interview. But then on the poster it says it was a close proximity to where I lived, and they posted the poster in my school campus, which is in LA. So I assumed that it was going to be at least around the LA region to the max downtown LA. But no, it was going to be Irvine. So I asked back, like, if I do get the job, is the job gonna be at Irvine? Because I'm not gonna be able to go to class and then go to Irvine every day. That's just not practical. They were telling me, no, it's just the center of the office is in Irvine. I was like, okay, cool. Everything sounded fine, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Irvine the next day. And because I took a management class where they teach you how to maximize your interviews, they say do research on the company you're gonna be interviewing for. And I did some research. I did further research on their website from Fusion One, and the website is super unprofessional. I found so many grammar mistakes, and that is the first red flag. Actually, it was the second red flag because during the call there was a lot of background noise, which a professional office would not have. It would be silent. The website is just really flawed. You guys can Google Fusion One and a marketing website will come out, and just take a look at that. It looked super sketchy, unprofessional whatsoever. But I was like, just stay optimistic, you never know. And all my friends were telling me that, yeah, you should definitely go for an opportunity because it's something that I wanted and it's something that I want to invest my time into. The D-Day came and I was so prepared. I was professionally dressed. I was early, a bit too early, because I thought there was going to be traffic because it was raining. I got into this big building. I went to the inventory and they didn't have the name of the company on it, which was Fusion One. I searched around it and it wasn't there. And then suddenly there's this guy on this glass door of the building knocking. He's telling me to give him access into the building. He was wearing this unbuttoned shirt. He was so messy. He didn't look professional at all. So I just let him in, and I was asking him, oh, hey, are you for the interview as well? Because he looked pretty young and he looked really like unprofessional and nervous. And he's like, oh no, I'm actually doing the interview. I'm the guy who you're supposed to meet with, which is Tyler. I'll call you up when we're ready. And I'm like, okay. So the first impression of that is that A, he didn't have access to a building, which is weird, and B, he dressed super unprofessionally. I thought he would just represent himself better, especially if it's an international company. So I had some expectations, but I was just like, whatever. I was waiting in the building's lobby, and a few more people collected, and they were also asking like, do do you know what company this is? We're like, nope, none of us had any clue, and we were just there seeking an opportunity. The time came and they called us up. They had us all up into a small office. The office looked really legitimate. The guy who was escorting us was super professional. He looked really serious. I was kind of intimidated by the guy, so we sat in the office. We were really quiet. I have my resume in a folder, super professional, ready to get this interview started. And turns out we were doing the interview in groups, and he was saying, I need to find out if you guys are qualified for this job or not. I was like, whoa, really professional, really like picky about their employees. So he asked a bunch of questions, and he asked it in the room, so I understood how he wanted to speed things up. And it was clear that a lot of the questions he was asking was, you know, asking about where do you see yourself in the future? What are you doing now? Blah, blah, blah. While he was interviewing some people, he was using his phone, which I found really unprofessional, but I was just like, maybe he's busy. He was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to my boss and I'm gonna tell him what I heard from you guys, and some of you guys might be sent home. So he leaves and he comes back and he's like, congratulations, all you guys made it. You're gonna go to the next round. And so the next round, he split the group into two. I'm back with the guy with the unbuttoned shirt earlier. Right now, he's dressed more professionally. They show us a few products. They don't tell us what the product was gonna be for. He just says, oh, this is our product. It's called Secrets and blah, 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 blah. He shows us how great it is. I've tried the products before. They sell it in Marina Bay Sands. If you guys know, like on the ground floor, they'll have some employees forcing you to buy their things. Yeah, it's those things. One of the girls was like, wow, these products are great. Yeah, like, okay, whatever. After that, they were bringing up hype about a guy who was gonna talk to us, Tim Her. That's the guy's name. We were like, oh my god, this Tim Her guy is gonna be legit, the leader of our group. He was like, if I were you, I would take down everything he says. This guy earns more than most people. He has better things to do, but he's gonna spend his time with you guys. And he has a lot of important things to tell you guys, and he's so experienced, blah, 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 building up this hype. And then we go into this room and this guy comes in and he talks, and I thought, oh, this might be the guy Tim Her. And it's not. And he tells us about Tim Her. He's like, okay, this guy's gonna come in, and he says the exact same praises as the first guy, the leader of the group from earlier. And I was like, whoa, this is a bit scripted. So finally, Tim Her walks in and the people were like, do you have your notepad? Do you have to be serious? When you shake his hand, you gotta be firm. They've repeated this a couple of times, and he walks in. I was like, okay, cool, bye. He was wearing like, I forgot what belt it was, but it was a branded belt. From my fashion background, from the way he was dressed, I could tell that he was trying to impress us and trying to encourage us to believe that he is super rich. But in the back of my head, I'm like, no, this guy's a poser. I don't know. I have a sixth sense that's pretty accurate for posers, and I'm mostly spot on. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just listen to this guy. They wabble, 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 talk about, you know, this industry that they're generating. And turns out this isn't even a job. At this point, I'm so lucky because Ingrid, my friend from Jakarta, she showed me this industry before, which is basically you sell this product, you sell it to your friend, and then whatever I sell, because Ingrid is my boss, she'll get a commission off, and I can invite my friends, and it's like a chain business thing, so you gotta invite people to join in. So basically, they were encouraging us to buy the products so we could sell it, and then they could earn their percentages, and we can invite our friends, and then blah, 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 blah. Which is not a job. Like, I wasted an hour, and my Uber ride was like $120 back and forth. So I wasted my time all the way here. I thought I was gonna get a part-time job, a steady job, that I was actually doing something and learning something from the marketing field, which was a field that I was really, really interested in. After Tim Her talked like over and over and over again, we were taking notes, whatever. He made a lot of jokes and it wasn't funny, but I could tell the other workers were like forcefully laughing so that we would laugh, but I was just like, this is not even funny. If he were really as rich as they claim him to be, he wouldn't have been wasting 5 hours amongst these candidates. I was just surprised. After all that, I was so tired of the bullshit. I was like, this is not a steady job. They're literally training us to become sales, and we don't even get a steady salary. What we get is what we sell, and we have to influence our friends to buy these items, or else we're just stuck forever. And those are the things I was just like not interested in, because I know my friends are not gonna buy these products, because I want people to buy things because they like generally want to, sincerely want to, not because I'm like, hey, you need to help me, so you gotta buy it. And to excel in this field of network sales, I forgot what the term was, I'll insert it here, you gotta encourage your friends to join in. And because a lot of my friends I know, they don't need to work for days, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to be interested in selling these products over and over again. And personally, I don't want to sell these products because people have their own regimes, and I don't want to be like, oh, you need this, 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 and it's not a job. It's practically selling products. Like, and to start with the job, we have to buy the products first. So I was just like, no. When we were done with Tim Her's 5-hour speech, we were brought to another room, and I started realizing that the entire office has no brand at all. The product that they're selling is called Secrets, but they claim that their company's name is Fusion One. But I don't see Fusion One anywhere around the office. And the office had doors. All the doors were closed, windows shut down. I was able to peek through a little bit through the offices. It was completely empty. And the resume form that they made us sign, it had like their logo, but it was completely pitch black. So it was super sketchy. It was a waste of time. Tim Her still texts me to this day to like work for him. And I was just super pissed that I wasted time, I wasted effort, I wasted energy, I wasted motivation for that. And it was just such a turn off. And I just want to share this story with you guys so you guys could watch out and make sure you notice a red flag when you see it. And my friend Yamima, she was also interested in it as well. She heard that I was going to a job interview, so she asked me, how was your job interview? And I was like, no, it was so fake. And turns out she was interested in the same interview that I was. So good thing I was the guinea pig, but thank God nothing happened. But I just want to let you guys know that, because sometimes people will take advantage of the aspirations some individuals have. So you need to watch out for that, especially in a large city like Los Angeles. But that's my story time for today. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up and follow me on all my social media, because I'm pretty active on social media. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.